everyone, my name is Tatiana and welcome to my kitchen. Today I want to show you how to make the most delicious голубцы. These are traditional Russian cabbage rolls. They're filled with pork and then topped with a creamy onion tomato sauce and baked in the oven. They're one of my favorite Russian foods and they take a little bit of practice to make, but once you get the hang of it, they're actually really fun and easy. So we're going to start out by preparing the steamed cabbage, and over the years I've learned the easiest and fastest way to do it is actually in the microwave. What we're going to do is we're going to wrap some cling wrap around it and then place it in the microwave for about 7 to 8 minutes until the outer leaves start to really soften up. And then we want to take them out of the microwave and let them sit on the counter while they cool. So while the cabbage is steaming, we can start working on other ingredients. So what we need to do is we need to prepare ½ cup of rice and 1 cup of water. And you want to cook this rice over a medium heat. That's a little higher than you would usually prepare the rice at, but we want the water to evaporate faster and we want the rice to be a little bit underdone. So we're going to continue to work on the filling, and here I have 2 large carrots grated. You can also use 3 smaller ones, and we need to dice 1 large onion. We're going to transfer this diced onion into the bowl along with the carrots. And next we need to mince these 3 cloves of garlic. And I like to use this garlic crusher. It makes things so much easier, and then your hands also don't smell from it. Just going to press it into there. Take a knife and then just wipe it down. So in this bowl I've combined the carrots, the onion, and the garlic. What we're going to do is we're going to place everything into a large saute pan. And we're going to bring the saute pan to the stovetop. We're going to add a couple tablespoons of oil and then saute this for about 7 to 8 minutes until it's nicely browned and tender. I've sauteed and cooked this mixture over medium-high heat for about 7 to 8 minutes, and you can see it's reduced slightly and the onions are nice and tender and golden brown. We're going to set this aside and let it cool to room temperature before we put it in the rest of the filling. Once you have a cabbage all cooled, what we want to do is we're going to peel off these outer leaves and we're going to get rid of these. We're going to toss them aside. Okay, and then we need to cut this bottom hard core off. It's going to be easier to peel the leaves off like this. Okay, I'm going to discard this. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to carefully, is to not break the leaves, we're going to start peeling them off. Just like that. Our next step is going to be to sort the leaves and then prepare them for filling. So what we need to do is we need to cut out this hard core that runs down the middle. We're going to discard that and then just divide the leaves in half. When you have smaller leaves like this, you don't have to cut them in half. Just cut off that hard core there at the bottom, just like that, and then you can use these smaller leaves for filling too. Now that we have all our ingredients prepared, we can combine everything together to make the filling. In this bowl here, I have the rice that I prepared earlier, and into that we're also going to add the onion and garlic mixture that we made earlier. And then we're also going to add 1 flat of ground pork. It's about 1 pound. And then to this mixture, we're also going to add 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise. And it acts as a cohesive to kind of keep all the ingredients together. Alright, and then next we need to add our seasonings. And I have 1.5 teaspoons of this Larry seasoned salt. I add it to a lot of my recipes. And I also have 1 teaspoon of ground black pepper and 1/4 teaspoon of dried basil. Just gonna sprinkle it on top. Next, we're going to combine everything together and we're going to use our hands to really mix in all those ingredients together and make a nice uniform mixture. So I'm just using my hands to combine all these ingredients together. You want a nice and uniform mixture. Now we're ready to actually shape the голубцы. What we need to do is just place one of these cabbage leaves on your hand, like that, and we're going to place about 1.5 tablespoons of that filling. We're going to place it here on the edge, in the upper corner. And then what you need to do is take this edge and then kind of shape it into a cone. We're just going to wrap it around like that, and then keep rolling it, keeping it firmly together. And then the top of the leaves, you're gonna just push into that center. Just like that. We're gonna make a nice cone shape. We're gonna place it into a glass baking dish. And then we're gonna start on our next one. We have our cabbage rolls all done and ready to go. What we're going to do is we're going to heat a large pan. We're going to add a couple tablespoons of oil in here, and we're going to lightly sear the outside of these rolls. So the last step to preparing the голубцы is making the creamy tomato onion sauce. What I have here is half a large onion diced. We're going to take that into a saute pan and we're going to cook that in about a tablespoon of oil until they're nice and soft. And then to that we're going to add 1/4 cup of tomato paste. We're also going to add 1/4 cup of cream, and I have 2 tablespoons of fresh chopped dill. And then we're also going to add 1 cup of water, and we're going to whisk that all together until it's a nice and creamy sauce. This is about what your sauce should look like after it's all done. We will just season it lightly with some salt and pepper. Just give it a good whisk, and then we're going to pour it over our cabbage rolls. Now we're just going to sprinkle some ground pepper on top. We're going to place this in the oven. We're going to leave it uncovered, and I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. We're going to bake it uncovered for about 30 minutes. I love the aroma of these as they're baking in the oven. They smell so good. And once you have them all done, just take them out, let them sit on the counter for about 10 to 15 minutes so they cool down a little bit, and then we can plate them. Just gonna scoop a couple of them onto the plate. Just put a little spoonful of sour cream on the side. And we're also gonna just sprinkle it with some fresh chopped dill. Alright, these are all ready to be served. You can find the recipe to this video and others on my Facebook food page. It's called Tatiana's Everyday Food. Thank you so much for joining me here today, and I hope to see you next time.